The Teen Titans face a deadly new foe, the Games Master, a madman who has targeted New York City and the Titans themselves in a series of terrorist attacks. In the long-lost graphic novel by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, New Teen Titans, Games. Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 151, New Teen Titans, Games. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
We are trying an experiment here today.
No? Are we?
Well,
is that why you're dressed in your lab coat?
That is.
You have your beacon and your beakers and your Bunsen burners out?
Yep. I was also making meth.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized that smell from the last time I was at a Magic the Gathering tournament.
Yes. But in addition to that, we've got another experiment going on. Something that you have expressed a desire to have this happen at some point.
Nude night!
Well, to be fair, we've done that a couple of different times. We just never brought it up.
Oh, that's not what we're doing.
No. But you have been wanting to have a guest on for a comic review episode, and I have fought you on that.
Tooth and nail.
Yes, I do not want this to happen. Multiple reasons. We have a guest that I do not want on here for multiple reasons.
Oh.
No, that's not true. This is quite possibly one of my favorite guests to have. Even though he's only been twice?
Yeah?
Twice now? Once even?
Twice? 3 times. This is number 8. 2 and a guest host spot?
That's right. Yeah, you did,
Oh, yeah.
you did do the only episode without Jason.
That's right. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so 2 guests and 1 guest host. We got, but mostly he's, the co-host of the other podcast, aka League Night. Joe Grunenwald is here.
Hey!
Hello!
There he is.
Welcome back.
Hi, Joe. Before we go any further, I just want to say that I'm sad that you left me out of Nude Night. Oh.
Well, you're here now.
Okay. We'll make it happen. Okay. Alright, good.
I mean,
As long as it's organic.
you see us naked here.
Yeah.
You're the one still wearing your clothes.
Under these lab coats, we are naked. Which might not be a good idea with these Bunsen burners burning so close.
Yeah. Well, I just, from watching Breaking Bad, and Walt, he always, at least in the first couple seasons, he was cooking in the nude, or at least just down in his undies.
Yeah.
And I learned it from that.
Right.
I just took it a step further and got rid of the undies.
So television is what you're saying.
Television teaches me everything.
Where else do we learn? Yeah. Start how to cook math. Yeah. That in comics. That's where I learn everything.
Yeah.
TV and comics. You gotta trust the written word. The written word.
Well, our parents weren't raising us.
No.
We had to do something.
Not when Three's Company was on. That's where I got my moral objectivity. Thank you, Larry. And Mr. Furley. Oh, Mr. Furley. That's where I learned how to dress myself. Those yellow butterfly collars and those plaid pants.
And the ascot.
Oh, yeah. He was amazing.
Oh, wait, was it an ascot or just a neckerchief?
Ooh.
I think it was just a neckerchief.
Okay.
Actually, now
What's
that you
the
mention
difference?
it. An ascot is kind of like just a really wide tie.
Okay. Like Fred from
Scooby-Doo. Yes,
okay.
yeah. But a neckerchief is just sort of a handkerchief that's sort of tied around the neck.
Okay.
I think that was Mr. Furley.
It's a little more flamboyant.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sort of like this
I would go
French,
neckerchief then. Yeah.
French thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably sporting a neckerchief.
Yeah, an ascot is usually something you might see on a leisurely rich man.
Yes.
A dandy.
Yes.
Yes, a fop,
Yes.
if you will.
Was Fred a fop or a dandy?
I would say dandy.
Really?
Would you?
I'm pretty sure it was fucking Daphne, but I could be wrong.
He was so muscular. He had that football player physique, though.
Right. I think you could be a dandy and not be gay.
Well, I didn't say he was gay, but you think of dandies as being kind of weak and, like, nerdy.
Well, you know.
Maybe not nerdy, but, like, just frail. Yeah, frail.
Right, but he never really expressed any of that.
Fred?
Yeah, he was never full on macho or anything like that.
He drove a van.
Yeah.
That's pretty macho.
I mean, it was a rape van. Sure.
He let his friends do drugs with their canines in the backseat.
I'm guessing that Fred and Shaggy were not friends.
Oh, they were
I'm guessing that Shaggy was a tag-along from someone else in the group.
Yeah. I always get the feeling that Shaggy and not Daphne and Velma.
Velma, yeah.
Shaggy and Velma were sort of closer friends.
Right.
Oh, I get it. So, like, maybe it was one of those things where Daphne was like, "Sure, Fred, I'll suck your cock, but you have to invite my friend Velma to come along and
Right.
Yeah.
get her out of the house, too." He's
Yeah.
like, all right.
And then Shaggy and Scooby just sort of tagged along as
Right.
well.
He's like, great.
Next thing you know, he's got people doing Scooby snacks in the back seat.
Man, Daphne
I guess they probably didn't have a back seat in the van, did they?
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
think they all just sat in the back.
Wow. I bet Daphne was one sweet lady to put up with all that.
I bet you she never put out for him.
Golly.
Golly.
She never gave it up. I guarantee it.
Wow.
We're horrible nerds.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Daphne.
I never thought any of those girls were hot when I was a kid. The
No?
Scooby-Doo girls.
No.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
never into that.
I thought Daphne was attractive.
I'm a human being. I like human being women, not cartoon women.
Tila kind of did it for me. I think it was the realistic movements that the art animation studio did.
Yeah.
Like where they start to walk and they kind of like scooch back and lumber forward. You know?
That is just like a human would.
or a simian. Perhaps I will not have sex with simians. At least during my developmental.
Yeah, at least it's not Chihara.
She was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the freckles on her shoulders. Teen Titans Game!
You know who else I thought was hot when I was a kid?
Oh,
Starfire.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you're loving it now.
Yes, I am. What was your name again?
Does that happen after she has sex with somebody?
Well, before, after, probably during.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Oh man.
I haven't read. It was in Red Hood, right?
Yeah.
I haven't read that one.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
And,
I've seen the highlights on the
yeah,
internet.
I've seen the highlights. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need to know about that book.
Yeah.
To know that I'm gonna keep avoiding it.
So why are they really went like sexier with some of their books, like like the fucking Splash Page and Catwoman and the Shitara,
Starfire.
the Starfire Menage a Trois or
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's a menage a trois. She just likes to fuck random dudes.
Yeah. I don't know if you really want to call it sexy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of sad.
And
Yeah.
when fucking random dudes are in the same sentence, what's not sexy?
And then, of course, there's Voodoo, which pretty much is the comical equivalent of going to a strip club and getting a lap dance.
Really?
Yep.
I haven't read that one either.
Yeah, that's Jeremy's favorite book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, he said Stormwatch was his favorite so far, but he really liked Voodoo a lot.
Of course you did. Because it's the equivalent of going to a strip club and getting a lap dance. And he only had to pay $3 for it.
Wow. Well, I've got
Actually, he got it for free, didn't he?
oh, probably.
Yeah, because you, for some reason, Mavericks decided to give that book away for free.
Just the first 40 copies.
Of the first 2 issues.
Well, Jeremy loves that character. That's his favorite comic book character. Mm-hmm. And he really wanted to see that book do well. And he thought it might be overshadowed by your Batman #1s and your Superman #1s. So he...
Your good books.
Yeah, the good ones.
Aww. You know, I'm playing devil's advocate because I have no desire to read Voodoo, but I would have more of a desire to read Voodoo than I'd say at least a third of the DC #1s.
Hawk and Dove.
Yeah, exactly.
Captain Atom.
Even like Superman. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no draw to read Superman other than the action one.
Right.
Right.
The good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't plan on reading Voodoo either. I think it's cool that he actually like spent his money to support that book. You know, that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like if there were a book that I felt strongly about that I wanted people to read, and I had the means to buy a bunch of copies to give away, I would do it probably.
No. I think I've seen you do it before with like some of the DC like 10-cent #1s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
like those.
You know.
I'll buy a stack of those
Yeah.
and give them to people.
I don't have the money to do that, nor does my favorite book ever come out enough for it to be supported. So
Jack Staff?
yeah.
If there was a 10-cent Jack Staff, would you buy like a dozen of them and give them one?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
That's cool.
But then that would be the only one that would come out for like 2 years.
Feel like this book is awesome. I really like that. Yeah, I'll come in next month and buy another one. You're like, no, you won't. You silly man.
Call me when the next issue comes out. 3 years later.
Oh. So this is why you didn't want to do a comic book episode, because we never talk about the comic.
Yeah. Well, maybe having Joe on was a bad idea for that. Just because the three of us get together and it just gets wacky.
We have a good time.
Hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
It does. Hey, the three of us together were called Hilarious once.
Really?
Yeah.
By whom?
The chick who reviewed League Night.
Oh, okay.
She listened to one of the episodes that you were on.
Wow.
And
Well,
said,
good for her.
we were hilarious.
Well, that's great.
We're critically acclaimed podcasts.
Wow.
Gutter Trash also critically acclaimed.
Really?
Mostly on behalf of Pat.
Yeah.
And the sheer manliness that he
The
brings.
sheer randomness,
Oh, yeah.
the burping and the
He
farting.
did have that big old mustache, too.
Yeah. You can't hear that.
Oh. If you listen real close.
You can hear him twirling.
Yeah, the bristles might brush against the mic. I don't know.
So yeah, the new Teen Titans.
New Teen Titans games.
Getting into it.
Maybe. We don't know where this is going yet.
I like to talk about the Titans. The Titans are,
You know, you're a big DC guy from the way back. So, you know,
I
it's
thought you were
only
going to say from the waist up.
and that too.
from the waist down, all Marvel.
Yeah. Because that's where shit comes from.
And semen.
But it's only going to be natural that we get Joe in here. We're going to talk about DC in general, especially with the new 52, and actually have a forum where it's going to be heard within the same week that we're actually talking about it.
I know
And not 4 months later.
this rapid release system is really, really throwing me off. So they're listening now?
Not now.
Not now?
But like in the next couple days, they will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to 4 months from now, when they will hear what we did 2 weeks ago.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
No, it's still
No.
October.
Okay.
It's still October. It's not
Sorry.
even Halloween yet.
League Night.
It's my favorite show.
Yeah. I should listen to it sometime.
Yeah, you probably should, asshole.
I don't.
And maybe leave us a fucking iTunes review while you're at it.
No, okay, no, that's way over my head.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have an iPod. What did you call it?
Christina, I could say the same, that you should fucking listen to Gutter Trash, you dick.
I have fallen behind. Yes.
Well, in his defense, though, like, me not listening to League Night, I could listen to, like, 24 episodes of League Night in the same amount of time it would take him to listen to one Gutter Trash.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just thinking about how last week he told me on League Night that he'd never listened to our show until like episode 28, and it was because we happened to review a movie that he liked and never listened to it before, even though the fact that we've known him for well over 10 years and have been friends with him for a very long time and coworkers, and we're at his wedding.
You know what? I went back and I caught up. In my defense.
That is impressive. There's over 100 episodes I've never even heard.
Same here. Yeah. I would say there's 130 episodes I've never listened to.
So I've probably heard more episodes of this show than you guys have.
Yes, you have.
Man.
I'm kidding, guys. I love you both.
There's a
Love
lot
you
of love
too.
in this room.
Yeah.
There is a lot of love right here in my heart.
Same here. New Teen Titans games.
Yes.
Marv Wolfman, George Perez. 1988 is when this book was written. 2011.
Plotted.
Whatever. Let's say started.
Yes, there you go.
2011, when it finally came out. It's a little bit of a delay.
A little bit.
Was it Diamond's fault or UPS?
It was on Labor Day weekend.
See, that makes sense, yeah. That's a long
September
weekend.
1988.
Just kind of got lost in the shuffle. So this was, in 88, they were still in the middle of their big run, right? Or was it over?
Oh.
There were a couple of different runs, actually. The first run was 1980 to 1984, which is through, like, the premiere of New Teen Titans, through, it became Tales of the New Teen Titans, and then there was another series that ran alongside it, and the first run, I guess, ended with, issue 50 of Tales of the New Teen Titans, which was Donna Troy's wedding, and issue 5 or 6 of the New Teen Titans Baxter series, which was the second title that started.
Okay.
And that was when Perez left to do other things, namely Crisis.
But he did the Tales of stuff, right?
He
did New Tales.
He co-plotted and he did covers for.
Okay, I thought I remember seeing, actually I was filing away a stack of books today, and I think it was number 46 of Tales of the Teen Titans with this blue cover with all these shards of glass.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't realize he was drawing it. And then,
He
just
did
covers.
covers and co-writing, but he was drawing the deluxe New Teen Titans book that was coming out at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. And he drew issue 50 of the New Teen Titans as well.
Okay.
Tales of the
Tales of the New Teen Titans.
yeah.
So he went away for a little while.
Marv Wolfman kept writing the book.
Marv Wolfman kept
like
writing
the
it.
entire time.
Yeah. And Perez did Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Right.
and then Wonder Woman,
Right.
and he was writing and drawing Wonder Woman, and then he stopped drawing Wonder Woman and he kept writing it, and he came back to New Teen Titans
Right.
and was co-plotting it with Wolfman. That
The,
was
who is Donna Troy, or
it was Who Was Wonder Girl.
Who was Wonder Girl?
Yeah,
series,
it was when it switched from New Teen Titans to just New Titans.
yeah.
And I think he had started plotting before then, and then he came back on for art there, and then he stayed on art for just that arc, and then I think he did finishes,
Right.
or layouts or something, and then Tom Grummett did pencils, and he did the inks for like another year.
Didn't he also, wasn't both of them, Wolfman and Perez, both involved in the whole bringing in Tim Drake as the new Robin,
Yes, yeah.
tied in with the Teen Titans at the same time?
Yeah. Marv Wolfman wrote A Lonely Place of Dying,
Right.
which crossed over between Batman and New Titans, and
Oh, yeah,
Perez
okay.
was co-plotter
Right.
for at least the Titans issues. I'm not sure about the Batman issues.
Right. I think he did covers though. and
Yeah.
because there's like a whole portfolio of his art from that time that
Yeah.
I have somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did covers to Lonely Place of Dying, and he did covers to Batman Year 3,
Yeah.
which were the 4 issues before
Yeah,
Lonely
those
Place
are
of
great.
Dying, which are sweet covers.
Yeah. So that was basically like that second time that he came back and was doing co-plotting. That's around 1987, 1988,
Yeah.
89 with the Batman stuff. So this sort of falls in somewhere in there,
Okay.
Yeah.
or at least when it was started. Of course, I think because there's a couple text pieces in the book from Wolfman and Perez. And I think it was mentioned that he started drawing this book just before he decided to do Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And that is why he stopped drawing this book.
Okay.
And then just never went back to it.
I actually read the Marv Wolfman intro. I meant to read the Perez outro or whatever, but
Right.
I never did. I just read the Marv Wolfman thing. And I forgot what he said as far as, like, the timeline of it. But, yeah, because, full disclosure, other than the, you know how there was like a 4-issue Teen Titans miniseries? There's like one for Changeling and Raven and
Yeah.
Yeah, Tales of the Teen Titans.
the
Or
other
Tales of the New Teen Titans.
Tales of the New Teen Titans. Other than the Cyborg issue, this is the only New Teen Titans thing I've ever read in my entire life.
Wow. Why the Cyborg issue?
I thought he was badass when I was a kid.
All
Was
right.
it the Superpowers cartoon?
I don't know if it was that or if I saw him in the comics before. I just really liked his, like, the way he looked. Because he just looked badass.
Right.
You know?
It was DC's version of Deathlock.
No. Not too much cooler.
Yeah. Wasn't Deathlock also co-created by George Perez? I want to say.
I don't know.
I know he drew some early appearances of Deathlock.
Like Marvel Spotlight or something?
Yeah.
I only really remember Mike Zeck drawing it.
Yeah. Mike Zeck had some awesome Deathlock covers.
Yeah. But, yeah, both black gentlemen with cybernetic parts, and they both have half faceplate coverings with one eye. You know?
Kind of angry looking.
Angry looking, yeah.
Yeah.
One's a zombie, though.
One's a zombie, yeah.
See if you can guess which one.
It's Nightwing, right?
Yeah, it's Nightwing.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I think we've proven that Joe is a huge Teen Titans fan.
Slightly more than me.
Yeah. I fall somewhere in between the both of you.
Yeah. That's just how we like it.
Yeah, yeah. I like being part of that sandwich.
You're the meat on our
Oh, yeah.
sandwich, buddy. Our teen sandwich.
But anyway, yeah, like I've got the whole Wolfman and Perez run on Teen Titans. I think I kept with the deluxe series up until like issue 20 or so. And then just stopped buying it, and then I bought the Who Was Wonder Girl like 5-issue whatever
Yeah.
arc. So yeah, and I've always paid attention to whatever incarnation of the Teen Titans is going around. Sometimes not picking them up. Sometimes picking them up. Sometimes being very angry about what I'm reading. Devin Grayson, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah, I've always had a fondness for them, but not as much as Joe, probably.
Yeah, it's been something of an obsession, you might say. when I was younger, anyway, it's not as fervent now as it was when I was younger. But
that's because they've been shit for so many years.
they have been shit for quite a while.
But still, but do you always buy them, or do you just always like read the beginnings of the stories, like the relaunches or whatever, or do you stick with it?
I stuck with it for a long time, and then I
wait for it to get good.
Yeah, and then there was a point during the previous Teen Titans series,
The Jeff Johns
one, that I just gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was after 50 issues of sticking with it.
Wow, that's impressive.
waiting for something to happen.
It's like 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. I had a relationship like that once, so I understand.
Me too. I just called the X-Men.
Yeah.
A fickle mistress. Chris Claremont.
But yeah, I mean, I'll still glance at the Titans. I picked up a few issues when Damian joined as Robin.
Right.
And I mean, he was only in it for 3 or 4 issues, so
right before the relaunch.
Yeah, right before the relaunch. And that was really the only reason I was reading that book at that time, because I like Damian Wayne as Robin.
Did you pick up the relaunch
Of Teen Titans?
Yeah.
I did not.
There.
I skimmed it at the Mavericks, but I did not pick it up.
Huh. Did not look good. Or you want a chance getting on board for another 4 years.
I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. My attachment is to the older characters.
So like the book we just read?
Yeah.
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 So let's talk about this book then.
All right.
We all read it. Some of us more recently than others.
Yeah.
Remember very little. So somebody refresh me.
A bunch of stuff happens.
All right. Then. Oh, I remember it all now.
Yeah.
No, the Titans are called in by King Faraday to sort of stop this. It's sort of like a team of
Terrorists.
metahumans, tourists, who are coordinating attacks, being led by this games master,
Right.
and they all sort of split up and face the terrorists separately, and then regroup at the end to take down the games master.
Right.
And I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll probably get into it.
Let's have a spoiler later. I think
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 25 years later, almost, Perez, Wolfman working together again. I mean, obviously, for you and I, definitely, there's a nostalgia element.
Definitely.
I remember seeing the covers over the years and liking the covers,
Well,
but
I think I can safely say that Perez is still a great artist.
yeah.
Not going out on a limb to say that.
No, yeah. I don't think I'm risking anything by saying that at all. But I think, for me anyway, going into this, like you're just starting to read it, I think I had the fear that maybe Wolfman's writing style may not be, modern enough to enjoy fully.
Right.
Yeah.
That it might be a little bit dated and a little old school. Maybe a little too old school.
So that was your fear going in?
That was my fear going in.
Okay. Did it
It's a little old,
It's a little old.
but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid superhero comic.
Yeah.
Maybe some young creators could learn a thing or two.
About telling a story.
These
Yes.
whippersnappers
Yes.
with their Todd McFarlane panels and whatnot.
I had a similar feeling going into it.
Yeah.
Though it actually a few years ago, Wolfman was writing Nightwing,
Right.
and I had that same fear going into that because I picked that up, and I really liked that.
I
thought it
picked
was
some of
good.
those up too. Yeah, I really enjoyed them.
So yeah, I think that I know he's done a lot of TV work
Right.
since the mid '90s, probably when he stopped writing Titans.
Wolfman has?
Yeah, like I know he worked on the Teen Titans Go cartoon for a little while, and then a few other cartoons. So I feel like he's evolved. Maybe not. It's not. He doesn't read like a Brian Michael Bendis comic or or a Jeff Johns comic even.
But it's not like he just stopped writing in the 80s and you
Right,
just sit there and waited
Yeah.
for George Perez to come in.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's definitely got an old school feel to it, but I don't think it hinders the story any.
Yeah.
I think he did admirably with keeping up with some modern storytelling ideas, but with that sense of
Retaining what was made the
right,
series good.
Yeah.
and what makes him his own person when he writes a comic. Yeah,
Right. I feel like the Titans, that group of Titans, minus maybe Danny Chase,
right,
but like that group of Titans in that era never reads the same when it's written by anyone else.
right,
Like Wolfman, he did define their voices,
right.
and so it's just, for me at least, it's a pleasure to read him writing their dialogue and because he just, their voices are so distinct,
Right.
at least in
Except
my
for Jericho's.
head. Except for Jericho's.
I had no idea. I like in the book he starts signing the word Titans, I think, and I was like, why is he using sign language? I had no idea.
Yeah, that's hard if you've ever encountered the character before.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you find it accessible?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
I actually kind of had the same thing where I thought it felt a little dated, like it reminded me of the 80s comics that I did read, like just that whole tone. There was a few things like character quirks that I was like, I don't really get, their relationship or whatever, and like it probably took me longer to like get settled into it than, you guys or any other somebody who's read that stuff.
Right.
But it wasn't off-putting because of an unfamiliarity, I don't think. But I really didn't like it. I liked the beginning of it a lot, but by the middle of the book, I would describe it as slogging my way through it.
All right.
So then you gave up.
Yeah, then I gave up and went back and read the last 2 issues of that Evil Ernie series. No, I read every single bit of the actual story. I just didn't read the George Perez outro.
Right.
But by the end of the book, I was like flipping ahead to see how many pages were left and like that sort of thing. And yeah, I think it was. I look at it the same way I look at Lord of the Rings. It was probably done really well. It just was not for me because I have no nostalgia for the characters. I never liked any of the characters other than Cyborg. And honestly, like I love George Perez's covers, but I don't think he's a good comic book artist because his stuff is so detailed. It just kind of slows things down and I'll be like paying attention to everything that's in the panel. Like, oh, he really rendered that, candlestick on that table or that box there is like real specifically placed. I'm like, what, is that supposed to come back later? But it's just that he's so detailed in everything that I think that everything looks like it's like important, even though it's not.
It sounds like that's your fault.
Yeah. I think he's an awesome artist.
Way to read the book wrong, Jason.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's an awesome artist.
So that's why you fucking ruined my book. Got it all out of shape.
Yeah, these books seem to warp really easily.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Yeah.
I've never seen it happen to any other books.
And we had 2 copies amongst the 3 of us, and they're both really warped now.
Yeah. Like not the story, but like the physical book. Like
the
the
cover.
front and back hardbound covers.
Neither one are touching the pages.
No, yeah, they are curling in opposite directions.
Maybe it's magical somehow.
Maybe.
So you say that this book isn't for you, but like you read superhero comics.
Yeah.
You know, so specifically, like, what do you think it is that
It might be, like I said, it might be the art, because like I said, even though I think he's an awesome artist, I don't like that kind of, like, it's like Phil Jimenez and those guys, I think they're amazing, but I personally don't like that style as far as interior, like, storytelling. I think it's too detailed. Like, I'd rather see something looser when I'm reading and, like, going from panel to panel. Like Jeff Darrow, I love Jeff Darrow, but I don't really like reading comics by him. I just like looking at covers by him.
Right.
That, and, I don't know. Like, it just seemed cheesy to me. Like, the whole, like, I won't spoil it yet. I mean, maybe if we talk about it later. But I really hated the ending of this book. I was like, actually, I think I said out loud, really? When I read that part. It's like, really? That's what they're doing? Really? Like, I don't know. I just thought it was, I won't say lame, because, you know, that seems derogatory, but just for me, I did not enjoy it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I thought the ending was the weakest part of this. The twist that happens is pretty dumb. I have seen movies that have a similar twist in them that I have thought were perfect up until the point that that twist is revealed, and it pretty much turns me off of the entire movie from that point on.
All right. Yeah.
Luckily, with this, it only happens within like 10 pages of the end. So I still got like 60 good pages out of this.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, I really enjoyed the book.
Yeah.
But from a completely objective point of view, it's not great.
Yeah.
And the ending is pretty weak.
Yeah.
Though I feel like, at least for me, like I can't remember when I first heard about this book as being a thing that existed and was never finished.
Right.
It was probably back in the mid 90s
Oh, yeah.
that I first heard of it. And so, you know, and then when they said that they were going to do it, I think they announced in like 2005 that they were going to finish it.
I think 2003.
Was it 2003 even?
Yeah.
Wow. So I'd been looking forward to it for a really long time.
As have I.
And so I feel like almost anything that they did was going to be a letdown.
Right.
All right.
So, and I mean, it's not, should we just unleash the spoilers so that we can fully talk about it?
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We're about to ruin the ending.
Do not listen beyond this point if you don't want to have this book completely spoiled for you.
Right. Let's give him a second. Alright, fuck you if you haven't left. Because you're about to get your ass fucking spoiled, bitches. I don't think any of our listeners are ever going to read this book.
Probably not.
So the mastermind behind the book's entire plot is also the same guy that is fighting against him. King Faraday, who is organizing the Titans to fight the Games Master, is the Games Master.
Dun dun dun!
He's crazy.
Oh.
Alright, now I'm going to mention the title of the movie that I saw that was exactly like that ruined the movie for me. High Tension.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
I really like that movie.
I like that movie.
French movie?
French horror movie.
Yeah.
Girl running from psycho killer Turns out she's the psycho killer. Fucking just right at that point, the movie comes to a dead stop. And I'm just like, fuck this.
Because it was so scary.
Because it was bullshit. Just like it was in this book.
Yeah, but like I was saying with the sort of degree of anticipation for me,
Right.
I think that if this book had come out in the 80s, in the late 80s, and had been able to have some sort of impact on the continuity at the time,
Right.
that it probably would have been
Right.
more impactful.
I would also say that had this come out in the 80s when intended, that the twist ending here wouldn't be something that we've seen 100 times before.
right. Right. But like having it come out now, I feel like if the Games Master had been anyone other than like Deathstroke,
Right.
that was going to be a letdown.
Right.
Which it would have been awesome if the Games Master was Deathstroke,
Right.
but it wasn't.
When was this set? Was it set in the 80s then?
I don't know because it didn't feel like it was really set in a specific time period.
Except for you did see the Twin Towers. At one
Right.
point,
Yeah.
which I thought was really weird because the panel where they're like, I'm trying to find it right now, they're like poking through into another panel for no reason. I don't know, I didn't get what they were trying to say something there.
I think that it's because he drew it 25 years ago when the Twin Towers existed.
It was really strange that the Twin Towers were
I
like,
think you seem to be wanting to look into George Perez's art as having something to say more than it's just a superhero comic.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just a storyteller.
Yeah.
I did love the way he drew this guy that like comes out of the TV screens and fights people.
Holics.
Alex, I
Yeah.
did love that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And like I thought the stuff looked awesome where Raven is talking to like the evil Raven.
Right.
But I thought that was the worst part as far as like dialogue and stuff. Like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
That was
That's
horrible.
all based in like fantasy and mythology, and that's definitely not up your alley.
yeah.
And also, if being someone unfamiliar with that character, that is definitely something I could see the hardest getting into.
Yeah.
Because that's her whole shtick.
Right. Okay.
Is just stuff like that.
I always found Raven super boring when I was
She's
a
not
kid.
a great character.
Yeah. I wonder if I went back and reread it now, if I would feel differently.
And I had the same haircut that Changeling had in my mullet picture.
Right. That was an odd choice. Because he didn't have that haircut in the comic until
Maybe-
long after Perez was gone.
Maybe that's
from the
how
title.
out of touch Marv Wolfman is. Like, I want to do a hip haircut on that guy. George, draw him with a mullet.
Well, I'm guessing again that all happens to be Perez. He drew those 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Seems to me that of all the things that they updated and changed to try to make it fit within some sort of nebulous, non-time stamped continuity,
Right.
that is the easiest thing that they could have changed. It's called an eraser or whiteout if the pages were already inked. You can get rid of all the mullets in this comic easily.
Yeah, there's this scene. I would tell you what page number it is, but there's no page numbers. But where the Games Master's talking to his little like jetpack friend here,
Yeah.
and then like the Twin Towers are like the top of them are in this panel with the Games Master.
That's not the Games Master.
That's that's his like
That's his lead henchman.
what do they call him?
Yeah.
The strategist.
Strategist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because he has a full-size or a full-scale model of New York City in his.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. One of my favorite characters was the little J. Jonah Jameson looking guy that built the giant robot suit. He was one of my favorite characters in the book.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just
No,
flipping
it's
through
fine.
it.
It's fine.
Flipping through it.
I'm going to say the best thing about this book that I thought was that George Perez's art is really suited to modern technology's coloring techniques.
I agree.
I think this book looks gorgeous with the coloring and his artwork.
Yeah.
Because I haven't. I don't think he's drawn anything in a long time anyway. Nothing that I can remember.
The first issue of that Secret 7 miniseries for the Flashpoint.
Oh, okay.
Wow. But as far as other interiors, like on a regular basis,
Right. Like Avengers?
He did the
that's probably the last monthly that he did.
And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, he did 98.
Yeah.
When was the Avengers JLA? Was that him?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah, he
was,
did do that. That was
2003 or 2004.
Yeah. Also, another book he started 25 years ago.
He did the Legion of Three Worlds Final Crisis
Oh, yeah,
miniseries,
that's right.
which looked awesome too.
Yeah, I never read that.
The story was not great, but it looked awesome.
Yeah. I think his artwork is definitely suited to today's rendering styles.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do a ton, obviously, anymore.
The line work I feel like in this book was really, really fine.
Yeah.
And part of that is because Perez drew it 2-up.
Like on Golden Age
Like
size?
on Golden Age size, yeah.
Okay,
as opposed to the standard, it's an 11 by 17.
Right.
That is the current standard.
It's a 10 by 15 live area.
All right. Lottie frickin' So yeah, I think that like I said, the line work is really fine and just awesome.
It's impressive. Like I said, even for it's like I said, I'll relate it again to Lord of the Rings. So like when I see that, I'm like, wow, it's impressive, but it like does not do for me what it's supposed to do for an audience.
Right.
Yeah.
I can buy that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
And I would say that, there is, for me anyway, and probably for Joe, a nostalgia factor definitely going into this book for us.
Right.
And I think like Joe kind of said that, going into this book, you're kind of, I think we went into it with low expectations anyway, just simply based on, we've read comics before by people who've had their heyday, some 20 years ago,
Right.
that, don't exactly hold up. And I think that, we kind of went in with, this could go really bad. And I think our enjoyment may also come from the fact that it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. You lowered your expectations properly.
Yeah.
At least from a storytelling perspective.
Right.
Yeah. I liken reading this book to seeing friends from years and years ago. It's just comforting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I can totally dig that.
I'm glad I bought it. I think definitely the highlight of it is seeing George Perez artwork, especially on those characters, from a nostalgia standpoint. And I think it is a solid superhero story. It's definitely not groundbreaking by any means. The execution of the story is sort of mediocre to good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as a Titans fan and as a Wolfman Perez fan, I was gonna.
You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
As far as the story goes, and I said I did like the beginning of it, I've always loved those scenes in ensemble stories where, like in every episode of the Mask cartoon, where they are being assembled, for their various things. I love that. Like, you just seeing one of them at work and one of them, I don't know, on a farm or whatever. I just love that whole scenario where all right, I gotta go, and then they all gotta go and then they meet. But I've never, maybe that's one thing too. I've never liked team books nearly as well as I like, like a Daredevil or a Spider-Man or a Batman book, where it's just one or maybe two heroes. Usually if there's a bunch of characters with superpowers, it turns me off a little bit. So that might be part of what I didn't ever like about the Teen Titans as well.
I think part of the strength of the Teen Titans also comes from, when it was an ongoing monthly, There was more focus on individual characters spread out over, 10, 20 issues.
Right.
And you don't get that with a 90-page story. And
Yeah.
So, everything that made them, great to us, you're not going to get in this book at all.
Yeah.
So what is the deal with Jericho? Was he always deaf and mute, or?
He's not deaf.
He's just mute.
Yeah,
Okay.
because his father sliced his throat. His father being Deathstroke.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh. What a bastard.
Yeah.
Did he cut his throat, or did he just
Ooh,
like
yeah.
there was someone who was holding a knife to his throat,
That's it. Yep.
and Deathstroke refused to back down or something,
Right,
and
right.
as a result, his vocal cords were severed.
Right.
Okay.
Either way, Deathstroke's fault.
Yeah.
It was his dad.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Joey Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his fro and mutton chops.
Yeah.
He's a ladies' man. He really is. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's the sign language. That's why-
must be what it is.
That's why I took 2 years.
He's
of sign language.
really sensitive.
Yeah.
The character is very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
So he must have freaked out when they were destroying a lot of artwork in the Guggenheim.
Probably.
Was it the Guggenheim? Is that right?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
Guggenheim.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes because I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. They're destroying all this precious artwork.
Yeah.
It's not real, it's a comic.
I'm pretty sure it was real. Well, that's right. It's not real because this was before the New 52.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, none of this book actually happens.
So why did you waste my time and make me read this if it's not even real?
None of this book actually happened because Wally West was in it.
Oh yeah.
and Donna Troy.
And Donna Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even without the New 52, I don't know that any of this book would have really happened.
No, yeah.
The continuity on it is kind of sketchy.
Yeah. I don't think Titan's Tower ever got blowed up or,
At least not
Yeah.
in that fashion.
right.
But specifically, Danny Chase is in the book,
Yeah.
and he was a member of the team for about a year,
Okay.
and in the same issue in which Donna Troy becomes Troya, Danny Chase gets kicked off the team.
Alright.
So there's a span of about 5 or 6 pages where they're together on the team.
Did he always have a problem with the changeling in those issues?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that is from an era of the Teen Titans that I never read. So I kept wondering throughout this entire book, who is this annoying little girl?
Yeah.
I thought he was a girl for the first dozen pages he was in there too. I totally did.
Yeah, he is easily one of, if not the most reviled Titans character of all time, probably.
Wow. And is that like something on the message boards and everything? Like,
Yeah.
is that why Wolfman gave him
And
a
at
key
the
role?
time. I don't know if he gave him a key role because of that. I sort of grew to like him in this book.
Well, in the after the afterword, there's sort of a plot comparison between what was originally written in '88 and what they put together, a couple of years ago to finish this book. And he mentions Danny Chase and how much of a hated character he was. And that since he created the character, he was always fond of him, and that, damn it, he was going to do his best to make other people like him by the end of this book.
Yeah.
Which he did by mutilating him. Spoiler.
It seems like, wasn't there a point in here too where they're talking about, they mentioned something like, as far as like a technology, like, I can't remember if they're talking about, it's on disc, so look at it or something, but it almost seemed like that scene, I don't know if they were like, I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. I just remember reading that and going, I bet that's something they had to change because it was like I don't know if they mentioned DVDs or something. Does that mean that
kind of
familiar?
No, I don't remember that.
actually.
I should have.
Like someone was holding up a CD or a disc or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
something.
But yeah,
I'm
it
trying to remember.
probably was a floppy or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh well, I can't remember.
Remember when zip discs were going to be the next big
Oh
thing?
wow.
Do you have some?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
Actually.
Nice.
I got a zip drive behind you there somewhere.
Awesome.
Had them, we got one in art school. And then, I had to get a different one, actually. I just took my ex-girlfriend's zip drive because mine was still a SCSI port.
What's that mean?
It's an outdated connection mode to connect a piece of hardware to your computer.
That's awesome.
But she had a USB one, so yeah. And for a while, I did have 100 or so zip disks.
Wow.
That I all sold from Kinko's.
Spoilers.
Humble brag.
So yeah, continuity in the book is something that I have thought about a whole bunch.
Really?
It's probably best just not to think about it.
I
mean, there's a scene where Nightwing goes to see Batman,
Right.
and Tim Drake is running around in the classic Robin costume,
Right.
which never happened in the regular comics.
Yeah.
In the very last part of Lonely Place of Dying, he wears the original Robin costume, but I think that's the only time that he ever wears it.
I think he wore it for at least 6 issues before getting his own mini.
I don't think he did.
I think he did.
I don't think he did. But I did read actually, after the book came out, Perez on his Facebook page said that someone pointed that scene out to him, and I guess originally Robin was intended to be Jason Todd, and they just forgot when they were doing the book, so.
Right.
Which that's another thing that wouldn't make sense, because when
Jason Todd was already dead.
Jason Todd was already dead by that point, yeah. Jason Todd was dead, and that's the reason that Danny Chase got kicked off the team.
Right.
Because Nightwing didn't want to take responsibility for a kid.
Right.
Continuity errors abound.
I don't pay attention to continuity.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I try not to, but with
I read-
Titans I can't think of.
I read too many
Not to
things
it.
to keep tracks of, this happened here and this happened there and these happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it, and I don't have a whiteboard to keep track of it. So I just,
You don't have a Rick Hunter chalkboard
No.
in your basement
no,
along with your time bubble?
no.
No.
I do have a Dan Harmon chalkboard that lists all the different timelines with the roll of a dice. You don't get the roll of time.
Just so you know, Eric, you're now creating 6 different timelines.
Wait a minute. I think I got it. Robin had different costumes. I'm trying to keep up. That's where I'm still at.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked the book, but it had some problems.
yeah. I think
Like
that's
Superman Returns.
yeah. It's pretty much where I'm falling with it. Yeah, and you just disliked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it to anyone who, read that series because to me it sounds like, it's of the same flavor.
Right.
I wouldn't know. But
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Starfire's super hot.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually why your hardcover's a little warped. I may have had it in the bathroom a little too long.
I know she's not quite as loose in this one as she is in the Red Hood series.
Right. Well,
So she is the Tawny Kitaen of comics.
Yes.
they do mention how hot she is, I think.
Yeah.
With her no eyes and
Yeah.
protruding breasts.
Yeah.
I guess
It's usually how I like my women.
no eyes.
No eyes and protruding breasts.
Creepy.
Creepy or sexy.
See, when you say no eyes, I pictured just
Oh, like
not like no pupils.
they've been pried out with spoons.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I was
That's
talking
what you're
about.
talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like the dead hooker in your trunk.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, her eyes were poked out with something that wasn't a spoon.
A spork?
Yep. I steal them from Taco Bell all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh. I had a lot of people that do kill kill hookers eat at Taco Bell. Honestly,
Oh, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
they're open late.
Yeah, they are.
Fourth
meal. I know I'm always hungry for fourth meal after I've brutally murdered someone.
Okay.
And then in the morning I head there for first meal.
Wow.
After I'm done burying the body.
Right.
Chopping it up,
Cutting
in
it up
pieces,
and dumping it in the river.
feeding it to your hogs at the hog farm. Oh, God.
Who here needs to pee?
I guess you.
I do.
All
Yeah.
right.
So let's take a break.
Okay.
We're back.
All right.
An overage boy of 39 has left the wing today. The first time in his life he's made that step. But none but the society, plagued by security, he's headed in a race that must be won. One of the animals has left his cage today. Search a better thing, so it seems to be. But in this land of polyurethane, things are apt to get him in. Winding down, and the boy winding down. CG, the Mexican is a friend of mine. Used to sit around the house watching Evil Dead, talking about the way it used to be. Skilly did not know today. We used to pull the stripers out of San Pablo Bay. Now the Delta waters go down SoCal, and the stripers start to fade away. It's pudding time, it's pudding time. As the toys winding down, as the toys go winding down. Winding down. Oh, the boy winding down. Winding
Hey, welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like you've been on a podcast before.
No, I think this is my first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Previously on Gutter Trash. I'm not doing that.
No. Yeah, this could have been a one-parter.
Yeah, could have.
That's a little in-joke to League Night, if you'd ever listen.
I don't read your Titans. I don't watch your League Night. Get off it already.
Jason, you picked a horrible episode to be on.
Yeah.
Because we are going to talk DC Comics.
Oh.
Or we're going to talk about horrible, horrible things that happened to us.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see where it takes us.
Same difference as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Am I right, folks?
Wow. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I met one of our listeners this week.
Oh.
James Abels. Is that his last name?
Yeah.
From Jamestown. He
Nice.
came in Mavericks this week.
Is the town named after him?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, he originally moved to Jamestown from Abelville,
Right.
which was also named after him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he came in, he was at Mavericks.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I was busy helping Magic customers. I didn't get to talk to him. But
That sounds about right.
no, I asked him what he was doing though. I was like, "So what are you working on now?" And he said he's doing flats for Godzilla and some of the Steve Niles stuff at IDW.
Oh, I'm never reading any of that.
And,
Why can't you support fellow creators?
and I was like, so that's a pretty good gig,
Steve
right?
Niles would never do that to you.
Is this a League Night thing or a Titans thing?
This is a sort of Tales of Eric's Past thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you're not a big Steve Niles fan. But no, I asked him. I said that's an awesome gig, right? I mean, flat in colors, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, there's no health insurance, and pay's not great, but I get up at 2 and I work in my underwear." And I was like, "That is awesome. That is awesome."
That is very cool.
And he said, so do I.
I wish. I don't get to work in my underwear. I do usually sleep in my work clothes the night before, though, just to make it easier to.
So you can get up and
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Because you're so excited about dealing that magic.
I am. I'm like, I just pop out of bed and like do this like little, my arms akimbo, and I'm like, "Come on, magic, bring it on!"
It's time to face the day. Magic, the gathering is coming my way.
So untroll yourself, put your cards in your backpack, and get your mom to drop you off at Mavericks.
Your Birds of Paradise is worthless.
Ooh, nice. That's an actual magic card.
I know.
It's a green creature, a 0/1 that taps for one of any color. It's been around since beta, actually. Still an M12.
I can't believe that it stayed legal for that long, Jason.
Quite amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of the few magic cards with more than 4 artworks over the years.
Really? Wow. What are the others?
I don't know.
All right.
Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
Counterspell. Disenchant. Swamp.
So you sleep in your clothes
At my mom's house.
at your mom's house. Is that so that when you wake up, you're the appropriate amount of BO so
Yeah.
that you fit in with the rest of the
yeah.
Magic customers?
Yeah, it's like, it's like Jane Goodall had to rub herself in gorilla excrement,
Right. Or like that episode of The Walking Dead where they rub themselves down with zombie guns.
Oh, spoiler. I've only seen the pilot episode.
It was also in the comics.
Yeah, it was on the comic.
I never made it that far, I don't believe.
Tony Moore was still drawing it.
No? I don't remember that. Are you sure you're not thinking of the Thriller video?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Vincent Price rubs himself down with,
Zombie guts.
with Michael
Right.
Jackson's guts.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That sounds pretty hot. Those guys are both dead. We shouldn't talk about them.
I think it makes it easier to talk about them.
Because they can't find you now.
Right.
Yeah. Bring it on, Vincent Price's estate. I'll take you on, Egghead.
Egghead?
Yeah, he's a Batman villain.
Oh, wow. It all comes back to DC.
He was excellent.
Oh, wow. Man. That joke wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
Yeah, I really had egg on my face after that one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you met James.
Yeah. Yeah. He came in. He had a beard.
Most people do.
Yeah.
At least most people in our peer group do.
I think he had a beard. Maybe he doesn't. Now my memory was like, nope, you're wrong. He doesn't have a beard.
I think you're right. I think he has a beard.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't James at all.
Maybe, no, Steve Niles came in. He was looking for Eric. That's what it was.
I thought I could hide.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Hi, James.
That's cool. I like James.
Hello, James.
Hey, James.
I wasn't there because I don't leave my house.
Yeah, he wanted me to call you, and I was like, I didn't know how to say it, but I know Eric doesn't like to talk to people other than when they're on the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So,
Even then, it's kind of iffy.
so I know you like James.
Yeah, I've talked to James many times online via messaging and Facebook and whatnot.
I figured you wouldn't want to drive out there.
Yeah, he said he was with like 5 other people.
Yeah.
And, I just I don't like talking at Mavericks anyway at all.
Right.
I do stuff on Saturdays. It's my one day a week. I get to catch up with all things art related.
Chore related, whatnot. Yeah.
Art related.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't do chores. So yeah, I mean, and plus, I had to get a haircut that day. So,
Okay.
yeah, I had stuff to do.
Yeah. Sounds like you had a full day.
I did have a full day. Fuck you.
I wasn't.
Yeah, we had.
It wasn't. It wasn't backhanded. It really wasn't. It sounded like you had a full day.
Sound a little smarmy.
I didn't mean it to.
Okay.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had a full day, asshole.
What? What was smarmy about that?
Dick. Guy wants to meet you from your critically acclaimed podcasts. One of your loyal listeners, and you don't have time for him because you're getting a fucking haircut.
He had plenty of fucking opportunity to come meet me down at Cincinnati Comic Expo because he was invited down there to hang out with the Superfly Comics guy. And the Superfly Comics guy talked to our friend Kurt Dins, who I was hanging out with, but he said no, he wasn't going to go. So fuck that guy. He missed his opportunity.
Superfly comic guy doing a podcast or just talking?
Superfly Comic guy being an exhibitor.
I know, but I've heard they also do a podcast.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing it there.
I have no idea.
No.
What would I go talk to you from fucking Yellow Springs?
They're awesome. They stocked my funny book at their store.
I thought I smelled your patchouli stench when I came on board.
And they stocked our friend Kurt's comic there too.
Cool.
Doesn't fucking help the fact that they're still from Yellow Springs.
No.
Hi, James.
Hello, James.
He's not.
Hey,
He give up.
he got to meet Doogie. That is pretty much
Well,
all he needs in life.
He saw Doogie.
He saw Doogie,
but he
and
didn't know it was Doogie until after Doogie left.
still, it doesn't matter. That is more than some of us get.
Yeah, that's true.
Doogie's like the Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just see him lumbering around in a
sighting.
fuzzy photo.
And then he gets on his bike and rides away.
Yeah, just like the Yeti. His fixed gear with no kickstand.
Occasionally you find tire tracks, but you can't tell if it's really him or if it's just some other similarly shaped tire.
Some
If
other.
there are footprints leading up to it that have toes in the tread, then that's probably doing it.
Yeah, he wears those toe shoes.
Does he really?
They're supposed to be good for running, he says. I don't know.
All right.
He does a lot of climbing, too. He does rock climbing. Climbs those walls downtown, you know.
Herman Crag.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a brick wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like an indoor
From the
thing.
wall.
No, it's like an indoor thing where there's like a harness on you and everything. And you're supposed to climb them, you know.
Like a Bon Jovi video.
Like a Bon Jovi video. Living on a prayer.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's up, guys?
Hey, not much.
I got a tattoo this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
This is not a visual podcast.
No.
But I'll still
I'll do my best to paint a word picture.
Hey, we were talking about taking our clothes off earlier.
Yeah.
Wanna start?
Yeah.
I'll start it off.
Jason is rolling his pant leg up seductively. Or maybe just normally. I can't tell. Wow.
That was pretty simple.
That is awesome. I am sexually aroused by the tattoo on Jason's leg.
Go ahead and fuck it.
It's here comes the lipstick.
Oh no! You mean like on a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were gonna put lipstick on my tattoo before you fucked it. Like, it's gotta look like a woman before I fuck it.
I want my Galactus tattoo to be pretty.
I got a Galactus tattoo to cover up my ex-girlfriend's name.
Your ex-girlfriend Kathleen.
No.
Oh God, what happened?
No. She is my current girlfriend. I'm talking about the one that shall not be named.
Oh, Amanda.
Yeah, the one that, yeah.
Voldemort?
Yeah. Voldemort. I paid Mr. Mike Guidone over at Monkey Bones Tattoo in Fairborn? Beaver Creek. I
don't know.
It's over by your parents' house.
No, it would be Beaver.
Didn't see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the outline of Galactus, and next month he's going to color it. So
Nice.
pretty excited.
That's awesome.
I wish I could wait a month to color something.
Well, he's coloring. He's drawing Tasmanian devils and rebel flags right now. On people.
Is the what
Sketch
is
a
it?
day.
Is it the red dog bulldog from the beer? Is that still a tattoo people get?
Ooh, I don't know. I've seen a bunch of Tasmanian devil tattoos. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those.
Oh, I've seen quite a few of those, at least back in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I asked him. I said, do you like, is there any certain tattoos you hate drawing? I was like, have you done like 1,000 Tasmanian devils? Do you hate it? He's like, I haven't done a Tasmanian devil in a long time. He's like, I'd actually kind of like to do another Tasmanian devil. He said the only thing he doesn't like to do tattoos of are butterflies, because a lot of girls like come in and have it done. But he said he doesn't turn anything down if someone asks for him specifically, because there's like 4 artists there, or 3 artists or something. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And he told me about meeting Kyle Holtz or Holt or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
because they both go to the same church. And he said he met Kyle, and he was like, "Wow!" He's like, "Dude, I know this is church, and we're not supposed to talk about this." He's like, "I fucking love your Evil Ernie stuff, man. It's so awesome." And he said, Kyle was like, "Oh, yeah, let's not talk about it here." He's like, "But I'll bring some artwork and show you sometime." And Mike said, he was like, "Yeah, I didn't think he would actually do it, He said, but the next week he went to church, and Kyle came over to him, and he had this little manila folder, and he's like, "Here, check these out." And Mike was like, "Oh yeah, you mean to just give them to you like after service? I can look at them." And he's like, "No, those are yours. You just keep them." And he said when he went out to the car, he looked, and there was like 4 original ink drawings that Kyle Hotz did.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it pays to go to church, kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
But you want to do it.
But I want Kyle Hotz art. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? What a cool guy.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Fucking God lovers.
Oh.
So if that guy's churchy, why is he a tattoo artist? Isn't that pretty much against the whole, keep your body clean, your body's your temple, that kind of thing? Isn't that like, a sacrament against Jesus or something? Or, doesn't Jesus hate tattoos, is what I'm getting at. I know I do. And I follow the word of Jesus.
You're basically the new Jesus.
I am basically.
Without all that other stuff. No, that's a good question. I don't know. I get the impression that Mike's not churchy, but he goes to church maybe with his family or something. Because he's got a wife and kids, so maybe it's like that whole thing.
So his wife is, he's pussy whipped, basically. Is what
No, I am not saying that at all. He even had a black velvet Jesus in his tattoo room, like the room he was doing the tattoo. But it kind of looked like one of those things that, like, people who don't really dig Jesus would have, So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not real sure.
Was it next to the Elvis?
No. It was what was it next to? It was across opposite of some Charles Burns artwork, which was pretty awesome. Not original artwork, but prints or whatever.
Nice. So Charles Burns showed up to church one day and just gave him some original artwork.
He's like, dude, I know we're not supposed to talk about this at church.
This is every page of Black Hole.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this thing. I worked on it way too long. In fact, here's the rights to it. And, when Neil Gaiman makes the movie, all the money's yours.
So yes.
Yeah.
So we should all get some tattoos and have a new podcast called Tattoo Talk.
Yeah.
Like every week we get a new tattoo and we talk about it.
Fuck, this one hurt even more!
I don't have any more money!
Why did I agree to this?
Every part of me is bleeding.
I didn't even want Tweety Bird on my ankle.
Okay, let's not do Tattoo Talk anymore.
Alright.
I think that podcast is dead in the water.
Yeah, I think so.
So, what's going on in your life, Joe? What's new with you?
Oh,
Again, since, you and I talk on a weekly basis, but it all happens in the future and the past. So,
Do you guys experiment with drugs? I never talk to Joe anymore.
yeah, so...
really?
Yeah. Well, we talk business. You come in and you whip Mavericks in the shape, and then you buy your funny books, and
then everybody undoes what you did.
yeah. We never talk.
Yeah.
We used to all bowl. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It was a couple weeks ago that I think I wound up having... I think I had like a Tuesday night off, or... I took a short vacation, and I had like Tuesday night off to start off my vacation, and I was just like, man, I really wish bowling night was still happening.
No. Yeah. The whole day early delivery from
Yeah.
Diamond.
I gotta say though, like I loved bowling, but it's totally worth it because it is like 100 times easier to do files at night after we're closed. So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, the wife and I bought a house.
yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations on your new toy store, Jerry.
Thank you. That is going to be its primary function. My newest collectible has 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths.
So it's like one of those toy cases that opens up and you can put like each of the figures in each of
yeah.
the slots there.
Yeah, it's basically the Hall of Justice playset.
There's a slot for Jenny and a slot for you and a slot for Max and a slot for Mystery Cat.
Yeah. And then extra spaces.
Right.
In case you get more figures.
Oh,
Doubles even.
Double.
Yeah, if you guys have twins, you're just gonna give one to Eric.
Well, we'll just be sitting in his extra box.
Collecting dust. You might repaint it to look like a Kid Flash or
I'll
something.
use it for customs later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, cut off its head
Yeah.
and use it for someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember to pry his eyes out with a spoon, though. This has been Murder Your Children Talk.
That whole thing happened very fast.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
You're the first man amongst us.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're married. You're getting a house. Pretty soon you'll be dying of old age.
Yeah, probably. Pretty soon. Be collecting Social Security.
Not after you die.
No, yeah.
And Jason will still be living with his mom.
Yeah.
Working at Mavericks. And I'll still be living here complaining about my neighbors.
Some things never change.
Yeah.
So yeah, we closed on it last week and we'll move in a couple weeks. Pretty excited.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Want to tell the listener exactly where this is?
No.
There are people apparently who know exactly where I live, so just go ahead and give a rough estimate from here how to get to your house so that they can find you.
All right. Well, you go down the street
Okay.
and you turn right,
Okay.
and you take that street.
Okay.
Not quite till it dead ends,
Okay.
but before you get to the dead end, you turn left,
Okay.
and that'll cross you over to another street.
Uh-huh.
And then you turn left onto that other street, and then an immediate left onto my street.
All right.
And I'm towards the end of that street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Pretty much visualized it, yeah.
Okay. All right, good. It's in Dayton.
That's sweet. Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio.
So you went down a level, basically.
From Kettering / Centerville.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Was your mailing address, was that Centerville? Or was that Kettering?
I don't know. The
Never got any mail.
The place where we live now. it was all addressed Dayton, Ohio. It's like right on the edge of Kettering and Centerville. So.
Really, who gets mail these days?
Yeah, it's true. It's all email.
Yeah.
I get mail.
Your mom gets
box.
mail.
Yeah. I get a bunch of mail for, I think it's Shannon Hunter, which I've put together was a firefighter and a man. At first I was like, who is this lady? I keep getting mail, but it was actually a dude because my P.O. box used to belong to Shannon Hunter. I get so much of Shannon Hunter's mail and I've returned it several times, and I'm like, oh, this mail was in my P.O. box, but, it has the right address, but, that person doesn't have the box anymore. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll take care of that. And then, after a dozen times, I was like, I'm just gonna throw his mail away. I don't care. So I've been throwing his mail away. That's not illegal, is it?
I don't know. All right.
I think it's a federal offense. But,
Sure.
but anytime it looks like something important, I turn it back in, but when it's junk mail, I just throw it away.
Who gets junk mail in a P.O. box?
Apparently Shannon Hunter does.
Shouldn't it just be reserved for, packages and important? That's why you get a P.O. box,
Yeah,
right?
business correspondent.
Maybe, I'm guessing that he was a firefighter. He was an alcoholic. His wife kicked him out, and his only mailing address was the P.O. box.
Right.
And he slept in his pickup truck, downtown Dayton, and after he killed himself, he never changed his P.O. box, and all of his mail still shows up.
Well, how's he going to change his P.O. box if he's killed himself?
Exactly. That's why my theory is sound.
I can't find a hole.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty perfect to me.
So maybe I should just start throwing all of his mail away since he's dead.
Yeah.
You should probably open it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if there's checks or something.
Yeah, or
Ooh.
cash.
I don't think you can I couldn't cash a check from Shannon Hunter.
Yeah,
No,
neither
why
could
not?
I.
That deadbeat.
Oh.
Who knows how much alimony he owes his wife?
No.
I'm sorry, ex-wife.
Oh. Man, I hope I don't get killed by firefighters.
If it is, just hope it's Tommy Gavin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You'd accept being killed by Tommy Gavin, right?
As if Lou was helping him?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Rescue Me.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Never watched it.
Such a great show.
I've heard it's very good, yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on your house, Joe.
Thank you. Other than that, nothing else going on really.
No.
All right.
They're working on your roof. That's exciting.
They were, yeah. We're gonna have a bonus episode coming out shortly, maybe this week, maybe early next week, in which you can probably hear all the work that is being done on this building. Yeah, yesterday morning I woke up at 7 a.m. to the sounds of my roof being torn off. And
So like sunlight comes streaming in.
luckily, no.
Okay.
But no, my landlord was having the roof replaced, and I had warning. I knew this was going to happen. I just did not know that they were going to be there at 7 a.m., especially after I had gone to bed at 3.
Oh jeez.
I did my best to power through and slept tentatively another 2 hours. It was a very troubled sleep.
Yeah.
You're dreaming a lot about hammers and stuff.
Yeah. We were doing our bonus episode that day. We're going to watch a scary movie during the day, which you don't watch scary movies during the day anyway. That's just kind of bullshit. But you especially don't watch scary movies when there are Mexicans climbing outside your window and pounding shingles onto a roof. But I figured, okay, come over around 4:30. It's getting dark out early now. The people told my landlord that they were pretty much going to stop before it gets dark. So I figured, okay, we can watch the movie. And then, by the time we're done with the movie, it's going to be almost dark.
It'll be almost 7.
Yeah, they're going to leave, and we can record our show, just the same as we're doing now, with peace and quiet. Nope. They worked on the fucking roof until 9 p.m.
Wow.
Through the entire show.
It was funny too, because like you were saying, there's Mexican guys everywhere outside. While we were watching the movie, and there's this one point in The Exorcist. If you've seen it, where the two priests are trying to exorcise the demon, and they're saying the power of God compels you,
Right.
and there's no other sounds coming from the movie,
Right.
For a good 2 minutes. They say that a couple dozen times, and the guy is actually right outside the window behind your couch where you're sitting while we're watching the movie,
right?
Working on the little landing or something, and I can only imagine that he's because the lights are off in here and we're just the power of God compels you. He hears it 2 dozen times. He's if he even understood, what but I just, that scene was I was oh, this must be really weird for him if he can hear it, because, we had the TV pretty loud to cover up the
noise, and I had my window open because it was nice out.
Yeah. So I wonder what he thought was going on.
That is the weirdest porn that I have ever heard.
So that was yesterday, and I guess they worked today too, but they were mostly done by the time I got home.
Looks like they picked up after themselves pretty well.
Well, even after you guys left, I searched around. They cleaned the parking lot up pretty well. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, we had roofers working on the condos where we live now, because there was that hailstorm and then the tornado and all that, and so they re-roofed and are still re-roofing all of the buildings, and they just left shit everywhere, food remains and just trash, and
wow,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, these guys did a really good job of cleaning up. Even like I said, they were still working on it when I got home. There was a can of Coke sitting out on the porch out there. Just before they left, I saw one guy run and grab it and then leave.
And there was that hooker with the hollowed out eyes.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
But that might not have been them.
They helped you put her in your trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they were, like Joe said, they were courteous enough to help me put it away.
That's nice. They're like, just in case, like, that might have been one of ours.
Right, yeah.
We don't remember.
No, it's cool. This is mine.
It was a 14-hour workday.
They, they don't want to be deported. They're not going to report it to the police.
Plus, they might be next. Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just that right level of intimidation and fear.
Wow.
Go for it.
You've mastered it.
I did have one other awesome thing happen this weekend that you helped me with a little bit. Sold some of my fucking art finally.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Over at the Christopher's exhibit.
Yeah. I don't know if... I think we've talked about this on the show. I'm not sure.
I think so.
But you, me, and our OK Panic buddy Jeff Potter all have artwork hanging up at Christopher's Restaurant, which is right next door to Mavericks, which you eat at like every day.
Every day. Did today.
Yeah. And we have the option to sell the art if we want to, and for like 3 weeks, none of my art has sold, while Jeff and Jason had both sold multiple pieces. Leaving me feeling like a giant piece of shit.
Aw.
But apparently some like 12-year-old kid wanted 2 pieces of my artwork this weekend.
That's awesome.
And made his mom buy them for him, and she wrote a check. And, and he handed me the check, and I said, I don't know what to do with this.
You don't have a checking account.
I have a checking account. I haven't used a physical check in 6 years.
Deposit that fucker.
Yeah.
I cashed it today.
Okay.
I stopped by my bank on the way home from work today, but I mean, like literally though, I've had direct deposit for like 5-6 years now. I pay all my bills online. Like, I haven't owned any checks in maybe 7 years. Like, checks are like a foreign thing to me now.
Oh yeah. They're like VHS tapes. Who uses those? When's the last time you've seen one of those? They'd be like if somebody was like, "Hey Eric, I want you to design something for a VHS cover." That's how arcane and anachronistic.
See, and like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
That's an outdated mode of media.
Oh
That
yeah.
just sounds like a waste of your time. is what
Yeah,
it sounds like.
seriously. I could never imagine that happening.
Yeah, probably not. But not only Eric left out a crucial element of the story. Not only was it just like it wasn't just some random 12-year-old kid that was there with his mom. Like this kid wanted these drawings so badly. They were there visiting from Tennessee.
Wow.
And like he was like, I want these, and he's like, I need these, and like he wanted the Daredevil and the Nightwing. And his mom said, okay, she would buy them. She brought in the check and said, they're going to go back to Tennessee. They were just here visiting, but they were eating with their family members, and they said their family lives in Dayton, and so their family is going to like pick them up once the show's over and like mail them back to them.
Wow.
So like it wasn't even just like, okay, yeah, we'll take those. I mean, it was like they like finagled around this obstacle because they wanted them so badly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's excellent.
That was really cool.
I did love the Daredevil piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not so keen on the Nightwing. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. That's fine.
The Daredevil and the Firestorm are my favorite too.
Yeah, Firestorm is very cool as well.
I don't have a favorite because I drew them, and I automatically think they're awful once I finish drawing them.
What's your favorite of Jason or Jeff's pieces?
yeah.
Oh, why would you ask me?
It's Forbush Man. You know, it's okay.
I didn't draw that one. You must be misremembering things.
It must be.
Jeff's pieces kick so much ass.
All of Jeff's pieces are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful looking. Like just the amount of talent that guy has is phenomenal. That's where I'm going to end that.
That is a safe statement.
Yes. But I mean, of all the characters he drew, like Creeper is probably my favorite character of the batch. But I think probably one of his like Calvin and Hobbes was probably the best one he did. Maybe
that was great. The stupendous man.
Yeah.
Ego, alter ego of Calvin. Yeah.
Let's see. As for the ones Jason did,
They're all so. How can you pick?
Honestly, can't remember them. I never saw them when he was drawing them. I remember seeing Ant-Man, which was tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing The Spirit, which I know you did like 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah, I couldn't get it right, but
Yeah, but The Thing you drew a long time ago, that one's okay. Probably The Spirit is my favorite.
no.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then you had another one, Cliff Steele.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Dazzler too.
Did you do that one?
Yeah, the Dazzler.
Alright. That seems like more than 5.
I actually did all 15.
Okay.
I redid your guys's. Touched them up a bit. Modernized them. Jeff Loeb style. What? No, Mark Wahlberg style. Marv Wolfman style.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Well, I loved your 4 Bushman then, Jason.
I did too. Oh. Awesome.
No, I really like the Cliff Steele one. I think actually might be my favorite instead of The Spirit.
Awesome. Awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, check them out, kids, if you're in Dayton, because there's still like 6 pieces for sale through Halloween.
2 more weeks. Something like that. Yeah.
You've got Power Girl and Firestorm.
I got Firestorm, Blue Beetle, and Black Cat.
Oh, Black Cat, not Power Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're thinking
of
Yeah.
wait a minute, she doesn't wear a mask. I'm thinking of Mark Wahlberg again.
Alright. Well, Joe, thanks for coming out and doing this show.
Thanks for having me on.
I guess the reviewing a comic with a guest wasn't a complete failure.
See?
Yay! Not a complete failure is my favorite. It's always what I shoot for.
If you strive for that, it's half the time you'll succeed.
I think we knew anyway that we were just going to have fun with Joe here.
Oh yeah,
It's
always
always
do.
a good time.
Joe's awesome.
I am happy to be here anytime you want me to be.
It's a permanent thing, then. Starting now.
Yeah, Jason, you're off.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Could we just rotate?
Ooh, can I do League Night?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'd rather watch cartoons than movies.
Yeah.
You should totally do an episode of League Night.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Alright.
But then
Well,
you'll
I might-
miss vital episodes.
I might be
Shit, that's true.
I might be dead by the time one pops up that I can actually, record. Because if I waited till
What?
you've recorded so far in advance that I guess I could just record one tomorrow though.
Yeah,
I was
well-
thinking I'd have to wait until for some reason that
You can record it anytime. You might be dead when it finally
yeah.
goes online.
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg and George Lopez, the creative team on the new Tennessee Titans.
Oh. That's a football team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Well, it's probably almost midnight, and you gotta go move.
I'm helping someone move at midnight tonight, actually. Which is weird.
Yeah. So let's take care of business here. Let me pick the next movie that we are gonna watch, and let's get the hell out of here.
Alright. Movie watching time.
So the movie that we are going to watch for the next episode of Gutter Trash, that most likely will not have a guest with us, is a movie called M.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Uh,
The old movie.
yes,
it-
Peter Lorre,
Wow.
1931, something like that.
Nice.
Fritz Lang.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
I remember watching that movie in German class in high school.
Wow.
And falling asleep.
Oh, so
It was...
in German, no. So, like, subtitles?
I honestly I don't remember
Yeah.
if it's in German or if just
silent.
parts of it are in German. A lot of it is silent, but I fell asleep because it was first period and
Is
I was
there-
sleepy.
You were having your
reading.
first period? You were having your
I
first
was
period?
having my first period.
Well, that was a monumental
Yeah,
time.
right.
No
I
wonder
was
you ignored
tired,
the
so I
movie.
fell asleep.
And you're bleeding through your anus. As the women do when they have their first period.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
No, I don't remember if it's all in German or if just parts of it are in German.
Alright. I was trying to make a joke, is that, if it's a foreign language, I'm not going to read, so I'm going to change my pick.
Well, at least
So, thanks for letting me follow through with that joke.
No problem.
well, at least if there's roofers, we can hear all the
Oh,
dialogue.
that's true.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I've never seen it.
Neither have I. Miss Classics. That's, I keep saying it, and someday I'm going to believe it.
I believe it.
Alright.
I feel
Let me know when to be here for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
So I don't have to show up, right?
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
you're out.
Awesome. I'll just go read the John J. Moffat comic adaptation at my house. And then I can be the comic book guest, because you guys do that now.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
Alright. Well, yeah, thanks for being here, Joe.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Had a good time.
I'm always glad when you're here.
Me too.
Me 3.
Yay! Bye.
Bye.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.